Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Emre. Tangle Tower'a kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son bah bahçe miydi lan? Taş yere gittik işte. Taş bir şeydi ismi. Oradaki karakterin adını hatırlayamıyorum. Hakşav'la tanıştık. Hakşav da bizim gibi bir özel dedektifmiş. Ve baya cool bir karakter olduğunu öğrendik. Şimdi yeni karakterimizle tanışalım. Şurada pembe gözlü. Nereden
Yeah,
anladın?
I see him.
Erkekmiş ya.
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right. Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Arkamda saklan.
Fitz fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
Neden bu
I
kadar
don't
uzun?
know.
You work here
Burada mı çalışıyorsun?
as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Salak bir.
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
Direkt kendini istedi. Şey olmuş, tik oluşmuş. Aynı şey mi
You
söylüyor?
work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it.
Tamam, burayı geç. Aynı şey
I was in
söylüyor.
my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Badene söyle
I was
bakalım.
up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did.
Okay,
Poppy and I
kram
went
buymuş.
in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
İlginç.
She
Freya'dan
was
başla
always
bakalım.
kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Gördüğümüz teraryumun sebebini öğrenmiş olduk. Bundan böcek alıyormuştuk.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone. Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Biz zavallı.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Fificiğim.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
Ah, çok merak ettim şu anda. Bir
Have you
filmi
met this guy,
sevmedim.
Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
Allah'ım yarabbim. İçeriye de gördüğümüze göre sırayla gidelim
Nice
bununla.
painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Dava dosyası.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
İlginç olurdu.
That
Bu
looks
kaset
like it might belong to Poppy.
Poppy'nin olduğunu anladık zaten. Çoktu dizilmiş
What do you think that
portre.
is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Yerde diz çökmüştü. Daha da garipleşiyor ortalık bakalım.
There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Palete bir daha bakalım.
Plants are
Tamam.
different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Bir şey karıştırıldığını söylüyor.
That belongs to Poppy.
So, why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure. That
Kaset.
looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Bu da Poppy diyor.
It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Fun story.
Boyanmış
Felix made
mıydı?
that? Huh.
Bu?
That's quite sweet, really.
Tablo.
Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
Hı?
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Bunu en son soracağım.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Bitkiyi yetiştirememiş.
Looks
Bugünlük
like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
bu.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
Evet, en çok merak ettiğim soruyu soruyorum. Çiçekli
Fitz,
kızı.
one of these drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
Çok hızlı geçti bu konuyu. Neyse.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
Evet.
This could be interesting.
Hadi hemen bir gidelim bakalım. Sonra bahçeyi bir kontrol ederiz. Çok boş lan o da.
Oh, wow.
What?
It's a big empty space.
Dur ne?
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, to Fitz, from PP.
That poor plant.
Zavallı bitki.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside.
Yani. Dur.
An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
Bir de sandık var, ona bakacağım.
I don't know.
Yeter bak
Does
bakayım.
it look soft?
Merak ettiğim
Hello.
şeye bakalım.
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
Daha yakından bakalım.
It's a combination lock.
Şifreli kilit.
Sort of.
Bu şöyle. Bu da böyle. Şimdi bunlar ne peki? Şimdi bir şundan gördük. Herhalde böyle şey değiştirdikçe bir şeyler verilecek diye düşünüyorum. Yani düşüncem ne kadar mantıklı ya da değil bilmiyorum gerçi ama. Bu böyle miydi? Değil mi? Böyleydi. Burada bak şöyle bir parça var. Bunu böyle yapacağız. Su damlası oldu. Şöyle. Şimdi bunu şöyle yapsak. Dönüşmedi. Burada bir ok gibi bir şey var. Bu. Burada peki ne var? Şu sanki ya. Şu değil de. Peki ya burada ne var? değil. Nasıl birleştirebiliriz? Ok şekli böyle olma ihtimali.
Nothing.
Maybe if you move the paper around, you'll find a clue.
Zaten öyle deniyoruz. Bunu böyle üçgen şeklinde var mı burada üçgen? Yok. Burada bu okey. Bu damlası şeklindeki olan var. Böyle değil mi? Emin olmak için birleştirelim. Su damlası. Başka var mı? Ona benzer bir şey yok. Su damlası. Tamam. Şu şekli bir oluşturalım. Onu ben nasıl oluşturdum? Böyle. Ucu bir tık siv. Şu. Şu ortadaki. O da şu büyük ihtimalle. Ama bir oluşturmak lazım. Böyle birleştirdim. Onu da şöyle yaptım. Evet, böyle açılıyor olması lazım. Tamam, okey. Çok zorlanmadım. Ne çıktı
Anything
içinden?
in there?
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Hold on. Huh, that's kind of ominous.
Neymiş? Dekoratif bir desene sahip metal bir bahçe küreği. Üzerinde dekoratif bir desen var ve kalbin iki tarafında da şu harfler var. PP ve FF. Evet, TF ve FF. Şimdi sana soralım yakınsın diye. Bu biz
No.
Probably
yanlış şeye
first.
tıkladım, pardon. İlk şunu soralım.
It's... I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
Oh, no, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Tamam. Bunu sor.
I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
Tamam, bunda başka bir şey soracak bir şeyimiz yok. Uyumana da geri dönebilirsin. Fificiğimize gidelim. Gel bakalım. Niye sevmediğini bir öğrenelim.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24.
Kripto botanikçi ne demek lan?
Cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist?
Ben de
I
merak
thought he
ettim.
was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He
Yani
was also carrying a knife.
ilginç bir şey geldi, bıçak. Şunu soralım.
That blade,
It's a troll for gardening.
it is.
Bıçak diye sandığı şey bu. Büyük olası. Yani potansiyel yüksek. Sana sorarım Mr. Spark. Fitz'i
I'll say
söyle bakalım.
this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put
Çok
it.
naziksin.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Şunu soralım.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Burada şey yapmadı. Hadi o zaman bizimkine bir sorarım. Oğlum şu arkada tövbe yarabbim. Şunu bir
This
sorayım
is
sana.
yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Cevap vermedi. PP ve PP idi değil mi? Dur. PP ve PP. Geç şuraya bir. Bak şuraya.
What is
I think it's a family
Daha
trait.
yakından bak. PP. Bunlardan biri PP. PP. Şunlarla şunlar arasında bir aşk büyük ihtimalle. Şu ikisi olmayacağına göre bakıyorum şöyle. It's hello büyük ihtimalle. Ben Penelope Panther diyorum. Şu ikisi aşık bence. Hadi bakalım. Daha tanışmadan böyle bir hikaye türettim. Şimdi buraya doğru gidelim ve yeni yerimizi öğrenmiş olalım. Müzik odası Poppy'nin yeriymiş. Poppy ile tanışmadan önce burada bitirelim. Beğenmeyi, yorum atmayı ve abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki serilerde ve videolarda görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.